So I'm Linda Reinstein, for those of you who I haven't personally met, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our 13th ADAO conference, all about awareness and prevention here in Washington, D.C. Look around, because you're sitting next to the influencers and the innovators and the dedicated people who make our work possible and also make change happen. It was 14 years ago when the Larkin and the Reinstein family heard that horrific word, mesothelioma. And Doug and I knew that something had to be done in order to prevent exposure and ultimately also find a cure. So we did co-found ADAO. Our mission has always been simple. It's all about education, advocacy, and community support for us. So today, we want you to get social. Grab your phone, grab your iPad. Our hashtag is 2017 ADAO. Snap some pictures, Twitter, Facebook, because it's really about the conversation and engagement. So please partake. And good morning, Dr. Flores. I see you sitting back there. It's live streaming, so if anybody does use Facebook, you can actually use the URL and post it on your wall. It's all about the conversation on live stream too. This conference is unique and unusual. There isn't another asbestos organization in the United States that puts on annual conferences like we do. We had a great cruise last night, and today you've got an academic conference that'll go till 5. You'll refresh yourself quickly and join us again for Meet the Artists, and then we'll have dinner and give out awards, and then tomorrow is our Unity and Remembrance Brunch. Now, many people make this conference possible, and there are some regrets of those who had planned to come and for various reasons aren't here today, but I think it's important to look at their names and make mention of Kim Kachekny, Herman Hamilton, Dr. Mike Harbut, Anna Marie Kearns, Doug Larkin, Barbie McQueen, Dr. Christine Oliver, Ann Samuelson, Betty and Robin Tucker, and of course, Paul Zigabaum. So it was in 2005, and some people in the audience here actually were at our first conference in Washington. Barry Castleman, Richard Lemon, and Marilyn Amento, and others. And we've been going strong now, obviously, for the last 13 years. Tonight, you're going to hear our national spokesperson, Jordan Zevon, do a performance. Hopefully, he's got sick again. But our intention is to bring some music and some life to this conference. For our speakers, honorees, and sponsors, please, please, please do me a favor. We want you, please, to go around the corner to the right, and you're going to look for Studio F. Emily, my daughter, will probably be ushering you around as well, and so is Ellen in the back. We want to take your portrait. We did it last year, and we're going to be compiling portraits and ultimately making a book about those people who make change happen. So please go to Studio F and have Jay take your picture. It's about a 3-minute thing. It's really important to me personally, but also to ADAO. You're staring at an amazing program. It's all done in-house, 128 beautiful pages, but look at the tributes. Look at the sponsors. You've got an agenda. All of the bios of our speakers and honorees can be found in the program, which makes it great because we can save time on introductions. We go straight to the material. So many thanks to those who worked on the program. I know Domani's in here. I don't yet see Marilyn, but a lot of volunteers help us with these pages. 2 amazing keynote speakers. David McCumber, will you raise your hand in the back, please? David's going to enlighten us today at 11:30 with his keynote speech. When it comes to journalism, investigative journalism, and a man who gets it right, David is going to talk about the real Tosca story and what's happened in Washington. And it's a pleasure and an honor, David, to have you join us today and to keynote speak. Jordan will keynote on Sunday. It takes money to make our work possible. And these law firms don't get any referrals, nothing. They give because they believe in ADAO's mission and vision, and they look at the accomplishments that we've had, and it's wonderful to recognize those generous sponsors this morning. So if you can, I'd love for the lawyers and the staff of these law firms to please stand. Motley Rice, Simon Hanley and Conroy, Simon Greenstone, Panettiere and Bartlett, and Early Lickrelli, Sweeney, and Meisner-Coten. Because of their generosity, we've been able to scholarship Penn students, labor organizations, some asbestos victims, and we've really invested in education and awareness. Have some hosts that we want to recognize at lunch and at tomorrow's brunch. Obviously, Simmons, Hanley and Conroy and Motley Rice are generous to sponsor those two events. And we just finished amazing Global Asbestos Awareness Week. We partnered with a UK publicity agency, and we circled the globe. We translated our materials into 6 languages. We had amazing response. And it's not too late, although it ended yesterday. You can go online and read the content, share your stories, meet our ambassadors. In fact, we even had a FADA mentioned on day 6. So we bring in the international community, and it was a terrific week. And we closed Asbestos Awareness Week last night on the boat with a candle in honor and remember the many who's been silenced, but also acknowledging those courageous warriors now who continue to fight. Zeal TV is in the back. They're working on live streaming. The beautiful part about our conference, because we have the most amazing speakers. Yes, I'm partial, but it's okay. We want everyone to learn from our conference presentations. So during the last many years, all of our presenters' material can be watched online. So if you ever have insomnia, it's a really great resource. No, just kidding. But all of these presentations that we've been doing since, I believe, 2007 can be seen online. And they're archived and they're easily accessible. And it makes for a great learning tool. We're doing an exclusive event tonight. It should be really fun. From 6 to 6:30, we're going to do Meet the Artists, where you actually get to talk to Jordan Zevon, Paulo Monaco, David McCumber, Earl Daughter, Tony Rich, and Quincy Jones. For about a half an hour, we're going to meet in Salon C, have an appetizer, maybe tip a glass, but you get to talk to the artists. We believe that art and advocacy is really important. We can talk about statistics, and Dr. Lemon has a powerful PowerPoint today, but it's more than the numbers. We have to be seen, heard, felt, and remembered to make change happen. So Meet the Artist is a great event. And if you can see along the wall on my right is Earl Daughter standing back there too, and your exhibit looks smashing. And Tony Rich is also in the back, and he has curio cabinets. Tony, will you raise your hand? Yeah. And not to be missed is Tony's iPad. You can kind of scroll through the many photographs, and it's really interesting. I still get chills, and I learn from some of the photographs and archives and historical things you've collected, Tony. It really holds those responsible for this disaster really true to the eye when you see that. So the dinner's at 6:30. Please join us. If you didn't buy a ticket, our girls at the front registration can help you there. We hope that you do join. And then tomorrow's brunch is lovely at 9:30 to 11:30. We'll have Jill performing, keynote speeches. Paulo's going to screen his 11-minute documentary, which is stunning. He won, I think, over 55 awards on that. So please join us for brunch. And it's with great pride that I'm introducing Earl's 3rd poster. This year, it's dedicated to Senator Boxer. She has been a stalwart champion for ADAO, for asbestos victims, for human rights and justice. And you'll be able to see and, I believe, purchase signed posters, Earl. Yep. So see Earl if you'd like to get one of our collector posters, and we have the other 2, I believe, for sale as well. And look for Earl. So the quick housekeeping tips are really simple. There will be 4 Q&As during the day. Please look for Ellen and Brad. Raise your hand. For those speakers, and I just got flashed, it doesn't mean you open your code. It means you got a card. And it basically will tell you 1 minute, 30 seconds, and next speaker. And out of respect to this very tight agenda, when you see these cards, speakers, please acknowledge them. It's uncomfortable for us to have to walk up and say please, but we have a very tight time frame. As I said before, speaker biographies are in your program. Please silence your phone. I'm going to do the same. Lunch, 12 to 1:15 around the corner. Questions, you can see Ellen or my daughter. And again, I mentioned the Meet the Artists. So it's a wrap.